just hold me. 何度夜越えて朝迎えての Stay here ここにいて見つめた横顔このまま時止まればいいけど失って Miss you tonight 水化して乾いた心過去のまま世界が止まれば誰かでも会えるのはもう夢の中だけ Just say you want me With you, with you, with you, kiss me now Just say you love me With you, with you, with you, tell me now あなたを愛しても信じても振り向かない嫌いにさせてよねどうしてなら届かない想いまだそばにいてよ追いかけるほど縛りつけるほど遠ざかってく未来また後悔 Cry side 気づけば憶測ばかり本当は執着したくないもう存在意義もわからないああ全部忘れたい Just say you want me With you, with you, with you, kiss me now Just say you love me With you, with you, with you, tell me now あなたを愛しても信じても振り向かない嫌いにさせてよねどうしてなら届かない想いまだそばにいてよ分かって振り向いて今はまだ Can't hold it back 抱きしめて嘘でもいいから Just love me あなたを愛しても信じても振り向かない嫌いにさせてよねどうしてなら届いてよ会いたいのもう愛しても信じても振り向かない嫌いにさせてよねどうしてなら届かない分かってるのどれだけ追いかけてもこの手伸ばした願っても二度と叶わない見えるね振り向いて叫んで嘆いても Never coming back
She drove from Tibet to Yunnan, over 3,000 km. Delivery finished after 5 days. The Sichuan-Tibet route was truly a race against time. Up and down mountains. Many roads were rough. While climbing Tiwu Mountain in Yunnan, she was surprised to see many wild monkeys. Then she remembered that she still had some pears in the truck. She shared the pears. More monkeys soon arrived. More and more came. The pears ran out. Some little monkeys missed out. Some carried babies, but she couldn't help it. All the pears were gone. Some ate, some didn't. The big monkeys got theirs. 2 little ones were alone. They got nothing. The big monkeys took it away. She's getting ready to leave now. Mountains were everywhere. The scenery was beautiful. Driving here was exhausting. To be honest, if the freight pays well, even tires wear out. In Dali, she entered the highway. Then a tire suddenly blew out. She queued up at noon. She waited until morning to unload. The unloading process was quite slow. The forklift driver had little room. They unloaded while clearing the yard. Finally, it was her turn. Just look at this tire. After a tough journey, it retired. The truck earned money and spent it. This tire, plus replacing the antifreeze and welding the cargo box. This trip cost nearly 2,000 yuan. The truck spent what it earned. Not a penny went home. She cleaned up and closed the doors. Then she discovered something surprising. She called her husband over. A large rock pierced the underbody. Hauling ore was hard on trucks. After more than 3,000 kilometers, her white shirt had changed. It was almost black now. She wondered how she drove it. It wore out both truck and driver. She wasn't sure it could be cleaned. Otherwise, it was time to retire it. The 150 yuan was well spent. Even the roof was spotless. The truck was finally unloaded. The ore was pushed to one side. Then the truck moved forward. Then backed up for the rest. A few more moves and it was done. Now it was time to fix the truck. She wasn't taking a new load today, so she's fixing up the truck completely before making another run to Tibet. But just after the repairs, while loading the next shipment, the truck bed got damaged again. This trip was from Dali to Mojiang. The truck was loaded with bamboo. Unexpectedly, the bamboo wood. This load cost her a lot again. It even forced the truck bed apart. She said the load had to come off. Everything needed rearranging. Then it had to be reloaded. She truly didn't expect it. The bamboo was incredibly heavy. It even spread the truck bed apart. It was her first time hauling bamboo. She never expected bamboo this heavy. She wondered if the load could arrive safely. The truck bed was already spread apart. It looked unstable before even moving. And the road ahead was all mountains. She didn't want to take the highway. She hoped to save on tolls. Yunnan's tolls were really expensive. Nearly 5 yuan per kilometer. 300 kilometers cost almost 1,000 yen. She carried over 20 tie-down straps. She secured it with straps and cables. Just look at the middle section. She felt the center was too high. Too much weight meant more risk. But after less than 5 kilometers, the sides started spreading apart again. Then she called the cargo owner. She said the trip couldn't continue. Money wasn't worth a road accident. The owner bought more tie-down straps. Then they secured the load again. So she carried on as it was. This trip wasn't making much money. She chose the slower roads instead. She would go as far as possible. The entire route was filled with sharp mountain bends and switchbacks. She just wanted to save what she could. At worst, she'd drive slowly. She climbed and descended at 20 to 30 km each. She didn't dare drive any faster, because if she sped up, the bamboo could swing out sideways. The road was full of sharp turns. She couldn't brake suddenly either. One hard brake, and the bamboo shifted forward. Then she heard a loud thud. A bamboo pole shot onto the roof. When she checked, she realized the bamboo had already slid out, and more mountains lay ahead. Just imagine how massive these mountains were since loading the truck yesterday noon. She drove until 1 in the morning. She only made it to Pur. But she saved nearly 1,000 yuan in tolls. She just had to keep going. Dangerous mountain roads lay ahead. Would she make it safely? See you in part 2.